Welcome back everyone, my name is Eltimar and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Pathfinder Kingmaker. Where we left off last time, we're just doing ruling things. However, Knock Knock apparently has another companion quest to do. Knock Knock seems confused. You notice what seems to be a leather rag in his hands. It smells faintly of sulfur. I take it this is yours? Knock Knock remains frozen as he stares at the cap in his hands. He seems surprised and uneasy. What's once mine, wore it in the village. King once ripped it off my head, beat me across skull and face with it, then used as wipe rag and hit me again. Thought it was lost long ago. What's it doing here? Knock Knock looks uneasy. It's a challenge. For ruler of tribe, the king has come back for me, but cap looks strange, smells strange. Why now? He glances around. Where'd it come from? Goblin come here, drop it off? The king has returned. Why would he humiliate himself? Knock Knock takes a deep breath. When goblins in Steel Lands fight for tribes, they fight over big best hat. Hat-like crown, but not ugly and shiny like yours. This is a challenge, another tribe. He swallows. Maybe he hear of our allying, think he can get back crown by fighting me. Knock Knock looks confused. Well, more so than usual, and one of his ears begins to twitch. But how we get power back? He finally shrugs. If in kingdom now, probably cause lots of trouble. Then we need to stop him. Knock Knock nods, then leans down, then with a shaking finger turns the cap over. On the inside you see a map scrawled in red. He show us the way. We meet him where Lamashtu shrines were. We need to come together, you and me, rules of challenge. As he glances at the map, both are surprised as the leather cap suddenly alights, burning brightly, then crumbles to ash on the floor. Did your tribe ever deal with demons? Knock Knock is silent, staring at Ash. He says nothing. You've never seen him this worried. You decide to give him space, but keep the challenge in the back of your mind. So just me and Knock Knock, or like the whole group? I'm gonna bring the whole group. I will pause the video very briefly until we get to the Lamashtu shrine. Alright, we are loading in. It was really actually close by. I thought it was further away. I thought it was the hidden sanctum and not the goblin clearing, which was like 6 hours from our town, so not a big deal. Let's go deal with this problem. Up top or down below? Let's go up top. There's nobody here. No one has shown up at the clearing. It seems the king will have to adhere to the ancient rules of Goblin Challenge and do something. Hang on. Where's the companion quests? There they are. Oh, I have to come with Knock Knock alone. Okay, fair enough. Let's go deal with that then. It is unfortunate that we can't bring the rest of our group, but then again, our cleric is pretty good. He's got a good Smell-It-On companion, and his bow, and some healing spells. I'm gonna guess there's gonna be a demon involved in this fight at some point, but let's just wipe out our group. Why does it take more time? It takes more time to switch out our group members than it does to actually just walk back. Oops, I just got rid of Knock Knock. Alright, let's try this again. Knock Knock is ahead, which is fine because he's got more hit points and more armor than our other character. Knock Knock looks uncertain. You don't see anyone, and no goblin shapes about, and no sign of a goblin camp either. Something feels wrong. There's a strange feel in the air, and a hint of sulfur, like you smelled on Knock Knock's cap in the throne room. Knock Knock speaks. This is the place, but the king's not here yet? Knock Knock sounds slightly relieved, but he still looks ready to bolt. Something isn't right. Knock Knock nods, and as he does, you suddenly notice the surroundings melt away into trails of acrid smoke, revealing a number of goblins, weapons at the ready. Still, while their weapons are drawn, they do not attack. They have a curious light in their eyes you haven't seen before, and it takes a second to realize its determination. They don't look scared at all, merely stand at the ready, as if awaiting the command to attack. Someone's coming in. As you take in your new opponents, a familiar figure emerges from the tree line, but walking strangely, as if fighting the urge to hunch down on all fours, almost feral. The figure looks to be the Goblin King you recall, but something is wrong with him. It's like someone tried to cram a larger creature inside of his skin. Tufts of fur, like that of a wolf, peek from his rags, and his eyes, rather than dull and soft, seem to hold cold fire in them. So the Lord of Cowardice returns. Oh. When you think it can't get any worse, there's a strangely familiar thundering noise, and in the clearing lumbers none other than the hill giant Munguk, and from the smell of it, he's definitely been drinking. He stands behind the feral king, his huge club at the ready, and gives a low rumble, then snarls, pounding his chest. Munguk say he not like us play trick on him and keep him waiting. Knock knock whispers to you. He say hard to wait forever for promised drinks. It's worse than getting stabbed with a lance. Knock knock pauses. Let's not kill him though, I guess. The king gazes at you and you feel your scalp rise. As he speaks, his voice is a rasp like knives being dragged across a metal plate. Which of you was once ruled by this ragged shape I wear? The sooner your blood coats on the ground, or coats the ground, the sooner my debt here is done. All you smell like cattle alike to me, whether you walk or roast on a skewer. A debt to whom? The king snarls, I'm a barghest. I was summoned at the behest of a fae to defeat an ally of one who claims this land, weakening this false king when the time of reckoning draws near. He nods at Knock Knock and gives a barking laugh. She said, it could be any I chose. I think it's supposed to be choose. So I chose the weakest one at your court, if only to fulfill my debt all the quicker and leave this wretched place. The price was that I had to take the shape of this. He glances down at his body. Humiliation. You've been tricked. This is a fight you can't win. Then we will find out soon enough, false king. Do you know you're threatening a high priest and hero of Lamash too? I didn't think barghest would dare kill any favored by the Great Mother. Spout your lies elsewhere, false king. I have no need for them. What terms did you agree to? Maybe you can turn this against her and get your revenge. The barghest growls slowly and suspiciously, then to your surprise answers in a clear, precise speech. When one of the allies of the pretender to the throne of the stolen lands lies beneath my feet and their blood feeds the ground, I am free. Instantly to return home and leave this vile plain behind me. So you chose Knock Knock. Very brave. Fighting me would have been more fun and fair. The creature snarls. I was told you were to be left for her. I care not why. But should you cross me, I've been given leave to slay you as well. It seems she wishes you to suffer longer than this one. It grins wolfishly. For the fae and those of my kind, that will prove a much longer time than your flesh can withstand. The king turns to Knock Knock. Come, Goblin, the sooner I make sport of you, the sooner I will allow you to die, perhaps with your limbs intact. I've heard enough. I'll deal with you myself. As you leap to attack, the barghest gives a howl, and the surrounding creatures charge you, and Knock Knock echoing the barghest's howl. Wait, some of them are fighting the fake king. I'm so confused as which ones are on my side and which ones aren't. I mean, none of them are really on my side. They're all enemies. But let's make sure we kill this one off. Luckily we still have our Smilodon, which is fairly powerful at killing. Which might be an understatement. Knock Knock took a little bit of damage there. Why is Munguk attacking the king? That's weird. Everything just hates each other here. It's really odd. We are going to 5-foot step this way, out of range of those two. We do have some spells at our disposal, of course. Like Summon Monster 4. What can we get? We can get some Soul Eaters or Axiomites, or we can get a Boogeyman, which are pretty good. You know what? Let's do the Boogeyman. They're pretty fun. I'll put them up there. Alright, and that's going to be the end of your turn. It won't do much the first turn. Stop hitting me. Knock Knock's turn. Alright, kill this guy off. Alright, we're going to start moving towards the other ones. My Smilodon can take down these two, probably. Slash that one as well. Munguk's not very good at attacking, despite his massive size and power. Jolting Portent on that guy. Alright, what are you gonna do? He did something. Here, maybe? Which is kind of annoying, because now Munguk's gonna wander off. We hit him for 54 damage. That's a good start. Yeah, might as well finish this one off. Nearly dead.
We shall overcome.
We are not very good at shooting. Well, we killed the king. Instantly. The boogeyman used Phantasmal Killer. And the Goblin King failed his will save and immediately died.
Which knife to use?
Time to kill Munguk, I guess. Sorry, Munguk. Your time is at an end. Should have killed you long ago. Alright, Knock Knock wants another word about this whole situation. Let's see what we get for loot, though. We got... Oh, we failed to inspect it because we don't have anyone that has knowledge arcana, I believe? So we'll identify when they get back. I think they're +4 kukris, or maybe +5 kukris. Maybe they're like really good. We'll take a look when we get back to the capital, though. And then we'll do some more ruling, because obviously we still have ages until we get invited to this stupid tournament. I've been waiting for like 2 months in the game, at least. Just doing stupid kingdom missions, gaining kingdom stats. Most of our things are at level 10 now. We have a pretty solid kingdom, all things considered. We've gotten really lucky with some rolls, and I've used crisis points sort of liberally, although we still have a bunch of them left. Yeah, it's been kind of insane. Wait, where is Knock Knock in the throne room? No, he's outside, isn't he? Maybe he's in the throne room. If we're in here, is he in the throne room? I don't see him in the... No, he's not here. Damn it. Alright, fine, we're gonna go outside. To the main square. And then we're gonna go find him, and we're gonna go give him a talking to, as is our goal. There's like 2 big quests that I want to do that are kind of neat that we have to wait on because we can't actually get to them yet because they're in Pitax. The one is the Mysterious Shrine one. Several of the shrines, I think 3 of them, 2 of them? 2 or 3 of them, anyways, are in Pitax, and also the portal locky one for the Lonely Barrow is also, some of the monsters are in Pitax that we need to kill, so that is sort of what we're waiting for. There's Knock Knock. I was like, wait, isn't he in this alley? And he is, yes. Knock Knock doesn't look up at your approach. He's hunched over hard in thought. One of his ears is even twitching slightly at the effort. Something wrong? Knock Knock's ear twitching stops mid-twitch, and he swivels his head towards you. Been thinking about being a hero. If Knock Knock can even be a hero or not. He nods at you. You are Longshanks and Halfshanks who speak poorly, mangle words, bathes. He gestures around, but you make big tribe, found nation, build big city, even if city smells bad. Do great things, and Knock Knock does things, and they seem small, ridiculous. I want to do what you do, but asking how. You've been more than a hero, and you've proved it. You dealt with the muddy Munguk, saved your tribe, erected temples of Lamashu, and survived a Goblin King twice and won. At your words, Knock Knock straightens inch by inch until he's standing tall. He holds his breath, proudly, until you see his ears turn red, then he exhales, coughing. But when this fit ends, he seems to be chewing over your words, nodding to himself. A hero can be many things, and even heroes doubt themselves. Have faith, simply don't give up. That's hero enough, and even I can see it. Knock Knock looks up at you, his eyes narrow as if trying to judge if you're being serious. You mean it? Knock Knock proved self? Kneel, Knock Knock. I pronounce you hero of, the kingdom. Congrats. Knock Knock kneels down, winces as his knee finds a rock, then shifts to a new position, accidentally facing away from you. You decide to let it go. Knock Knock, I pronounce you hero of the kingdom, Kyrieru, hero of the stolen lands, and grant you a title that can never be taken from you. That of fellow hero to Eltimar. Rise. Aw, that's kinda sweet. After a moment, he grunts, straightens, and places his hands on his hip. I accept, he thinks for a moment. Now, all I need is hero statue. Being a hero doesn't give you access to the treasury, by the way. I don't have the funds or time to make a statue. Knock Knock seems lost in thought, completely happy at your acknowledgement of his role. You hope you don't regret this. I do hope I don't regret that. Also, almost 10,000 experience for that. How close are we to a level, actually? We're getting there. We're about 32,000 away. So another 3 Knock Knock quests, and we're almost up a level. So we're going to go do more ruling things. We have nothing really else to do at the moment. And then we're going to, hopefully, eventually go to this tournament. We've been getting a lot of exploration events, and I'll show you. We actually have a few places to visit when maybe we'll do them all in one go, because there's like 5 zones we can go see, and I'm guessing they just have probably some monsters and loot in them, probably. That's really all I can imagine there being in them, but if we take a look, I'll show you what I mean. And also we need to reform our group anyways, so we need Valerie. and Amiri, and Lindsay, and Kinera. So if we go to our main map here, there is a man outside jogging. It is pouring out today. He is insane.
Resting would be
Anyways,
nice, don't you think?
there's a zone. Where were they? I know there's a bunch over here. So we have Spider Lair, Rinderpest Burial Ground, Collapsed Passage. There's one somewhere over here. Baneful Bog, Dappled Quagmire. These ones we can't get to yet because we can't get to Patax, so those don't matter. So yeah, we have a couple of areas to do. We have 3 all the way over here in Dunsword, which is actually really close to Restov. And then we have 2 down here in the South Gnarl Marshes, so we'll have to get to those eventually as well. I'll do them all in one go, probably, like one video, we'll just hit all of them. For now though, I'll leave you guys here, and I'll be back shortly with the next major plot twist. Alright, we have another story thing to do. Jubilost has approached us. You remember our little adventure with the Fey Lords and their inconsequent debates? Damn them. Before you ask, by damn them I mean both the debates and the Lords. Anyways, I've been thinking about that dreadful verbiage we received as a reward for the trials. The answer to the question about the fate of the gnome race. Allow me to remind you of the text. Numbers will help you on your way. One of them is 5th and 10. It will be easy to find if you read who opened the road for the ancient dead man and his black-feathered messenger. The second is 12 times in a dozen, and thrice is the number of those who lost their faces. Don't try to guess it now, it's not yet time. Wait until he who is born twice will twice be defeated. Put the 2 numbers together. When the moon leaves her path near the waters of the Candlemere, find the one who will open the secret. Not a single reasonable creature would spend valuable time solving this sort of phrase mince, if only someone knew of how much effort it required to treat the matter seriously, but it paid off. It's obvious that the part about opened the road for the ancient dead man and his black-feathered messenger refers to Willis Gunderson, who awakened Vorticai. This guess led me to think, obviously that part about he is born twice, and will be twice defeated, referred to Armag. Exactly, we couldn't have known at the time of the debates because we haven't even met Armag yet, which makes me wonder who this respected host might be, but that's neither here nor there. So what do we do now? The riddle recommends we start looking after the twice born is twice defeated, and that's happened. The other part, thrice is the number of those who lost their faces, that's also only clear now. It's 24, 3 times the number of the defaced sisters there were, but the rest. What does it mean when the moon leaves her path? And how does 12 times a dozen equate to 24? I'll have to study some astronomy reference books and write some priests of Desna that I'm acquainted with. It's probably about some rare celestial phenomenon. I meant to ask you to deal with the first part of the riddle about Willis Gunderson. Remember the riddle? We don't need to find him or talk to him, just read him. Here's what I think it means. I discovered the poor fellow wrote and published a few horrendous books. Perhaps the answer is hidden in one of them. The very thought of digging through that parody of literature is disgusting, and very much appreciate some help. Perhaps some book lover in the city will have a volume or two of his work. Do you think a dozen... excuse me. Do you think 12 times in a dozen is about something that happens every month? There's a 24th day in every month, and there are 12 of them in a year. Jubilost looks at you with suspicion. Everything can't be that simple. Or can it? With the Fae you never know. Well, it's a good guess, but it still doesn't spare us the need to look at the dreadful books. Alright, I'll look for Gunderson's books and try to make some sense of them. Good luck on this difficult quest. I remind you, the riddle says we need to find something 5th in 10 and somehow related to Gunderson's writing. We put it together with the number 24 and go to the Candlemere when the moon leaves her path. I hope this isn't some elaborate Fae prank, because if it is, I won't have to do any more research to understand what made the gnomes leave the first world. It was the stinking neighbors. I mean, that's kind of a valid point. And funny. So Jubilost has done this thing. Oh, I wanted to show you guys something really quickly. Before we ended the video, we did get an item. One of our big items finally paid off. We got Onslaught. There wasn't any really big storyline to it. He just basically said, my armor's done. I don't have a family anymore. Here you go. Hope it serves you well. It really wasn't all that exciting, to be honest, but what it is very cool. I also cleared out some inventory space finally, but Onslaught, no, it's on Amiri actually. Onslaught is amazing armor. It is full plate plus 5 to start its mithril, so it doesn't reduce your movement speed as normal full plate does, plus 8 strength and plus 20 speed, which means that Amiri is now moving at 50 feet per round, which is pretty damn good. She's actually faster than Valerie by 10 feet per round, and Valerie has an item that increases her speed, these boots of speed. She's only at plus, or she's only at 40. which is actually as fast as our Smilodons, and is 10 faster than most of our other people. Actually, Knock Knock's also 40. Most of our group is pretty fast, with a couple exceptions. We also have 2 new kukris. So these are the kukris we got off of the Goblin King. They are +4, and they are very, very pretty. We do lose Keen though, which does suck, because Keen is super good. We can get improved critical on Knock Knock though eventually. These are quite a lot better than his current weapons. We'll throw them on and I'll show you comparisons. So this one is +4 incinerating and finesse wielding, of course, and this one is +4 agile and freezing. If we swap them back and forth, we're looking at, this is our initial set, 24, 19, 14, and 24, 19, 14, obviously. And the damage is 14 to 21. If we swap it over, it is 26, 21, 16. So we do lose, or no, sorry, we do gain some chance to hit. And the damage goes up to 17 to 29 from 14 to 21. That said, we do lose some crit range. So our crit range on these ones is 15 to 20, which is pretty damn good, and it's only 18 to 20 on these ones. So, I mean, you win some, you lose some. We got more attack bonus and more raw damage, but we lose some crit range, which is kind of unfortunate. I wonder if we can get improved crit. Or, I wonder if we have improved crit. I don't think we do yet. Hopefully soon, maybe next level. We do have weapon focus already on kukris, so we can probably get improved critical, I would imagine. Anyways, we're going to, I think, call the video here, because I think we've done pretty much everything we need to do up until this point. Jubilost's quest is something we need to do, unfortunately, and it is kind of annoying. We have to go buy those books. But it is our only real quest at the moment. We're still waiting for this Ancient Curse. It's got 47 days left on it. We haven't gotten rank 10 in all of our kingdom stats. We're still missing, I believe it's Arcana, which I think is only 8 or maybe 9 at this point. And we're also missing, what's the other one? Espionage, which is only, I think, at rank 7 or something. It's pretty low. Unfortunately, we kind of started Espionage a little bit late. Anyways, that's where we're going to end here. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Take care.